Margaritaville at Sea, well, they are giving away some free cruises to a few lucky folks out there. I got a quick lesson on why research can be very, very important, and if it's not done right, could be a little costly, and an unfortunate story of a cruise passenger who did lose their life while snorkeling in the Bahamas. Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to today's video. Alright, we're going to get started with Margaritaville at Sea, who is giving away free cruises. So they have a new program out called Heroes Sail for Free, and they are going to be offering free cruises to military, law enforcement, first responders, and educators. So if you do work in one of those fields, you will have an opportunity to take a free cruise every year from Margaritaville at Sea. Got a little quote here from Jimmy Buffett. "Welcome aboard, heroes, with a big fins up. Thank you for your service," said singer, songwriter, and best-selling author Jimmy Buffett. "Now we feel honored to serve you at sea." Now, like anything that's free, there always are some stipulations, and I'm going to go ahead and put those here up on the screen for you guys as well. All right, so you must be a verified member through the GovX ID platform. There are free Ocean View upgrades through October the 4th of 2022. Up to 2 qualified members per stateroom. Taxes, fees, and gratuities are not included. And 1 sailing per member per year. So to book their free cruise, U.S. military service members, active duty and veterans, police, fire, and EMS personnel and educators must visit the margaritavilleatsea.com/offers/Heroes Sail for Free in order to take advantage. So if you are qualified for one of these sailings, definitely go on that website, click on it, make sure you get registered, give you all the instructions, everything you need to know. That way you can claim your free cruise from Margaritaville at Sea. Next up, we're going to have a quick lesson in research, and I got a little story about how this kind of comes about and what can happen to you as an example by not necessarily doing enough research about a place you're visiting. Now, this is not a story of a cruise passenger. This is simply a tourist who visited a different place. So we have a 55-year-old male. He's visiting in Rome. Stops and gets himself a little lunch, a little something to drink, sits down on a fountain to enjoy his lunch and drink, and that little action right there ended up costing him $450. So in Rome, they have some rules of decorum which are there to help protect, statues, fountains, historical monuments, and things of that nature, and that is where this fine fell under. So it was just a simple matter of sitting down there on a fountain to enjoy a little bit of lunch, but not knowing the specific rules of the city of Rome when he was visiting, I said, resulted in a $450 fine. And I'm going to throw a picture up here of the fountain. I have the name underneath the fountain because I am not going to butcher the name of this fountain. It is a historical monument. It was built in 1588. I said I don't want to mess up the name, so I'm just going to put it here on the screen. And this is just an example of a mistake that a tourist made that could easily be made by a cruise passenger, because cruise ships do go over to Italy. There are excursions into Rome. And it's why I really encourage everyone out there, if you're going someplace that you have never been before, definitely do a little bit of research, because I don't know about y'all, but I don't usually have an extra $450 to give because of a mistake that I made. So again, I highly encourage you, if you're going someplace you've never been before, like I said, do a little bit of research, because there is stuff even here closer to home. Well, not necessarily will result in such a fine, but there's several islands down in the Caribbean where you can't wear camouflage. We're talking shirts, shorts, hats, no camouflage, which, hunters here in the United States, they wear it all the time. But if you get off a ship in some of the islands in the Caribbean just wearing camouflage, they're going to turn you around and send you right back to the ship, because it's not something you're allowed to do. Little bitty things that a little bit of research will help you avoid some of those pitfalls that you may find along the way by simply not knowing. And finally, we have a sad story, an unfortunate story something we don't like to talk about, something we don't want to have to cover, but it is something that we need to share just for the purposes of knowledge and to inform cruise passengers of some of the things that they could possibly encounter while they're out there on their travelers. Something they need to be aware of, keep their eyes open for, to possibly prevent these types of things here in the future. So this past Tuesday, there was a 58-year-old woman. She was sailing on board Harmony of the Seas. They docked in Nassau, Bahamas. She took a snorkeling excursion that took them over to Green Key, which is about 9 miles from Nassau, for a family day of snorkeling. Now, this particular area is commonly snorkeled in. They have excursions that do go there. And remember, these excursion companies, they usually go out there ahead of time, take a look at the water area, just for safety, to make sure there's no particular kinds of wildlife. The water is calm, the water is clear, to make sure it is safe for passengers to go out there and look at, and to snorkel in, swim in. And this is something that they routinely do. They go out and check it ahead of time. Now, tragically, a bull shark came into the area. She was bitten by the bull shark and did pass away. And for now, that area has been closed. They're no longer allowing any snorkeling and stuff going on in that area. That is indefinite at this time. No information as to when that area might open back up. And it's important to get this information out there because, she was a cruise passenger. She had a booked excursion into an area that is commonly used for snorkeling. So it isn't like she wandered off on her own. It isn't like she went to an area where she shouldn't have gone. This was an excursion into an area where these excursions normally go to do snorkeling with family. It is reported they pre-checked the area and verified that there was no sharks in the area prior to arrival. But a bull shark can swim at over 25 miles an hour, so it could have easily come into the area after it was checked. And at least the excursions I have been on that involve snorkeling, they have people that are watching. They're along the perimeter, they're on the boat if it was, done from like a catamaran. They're watching the water, they are looking for the sharks. And this one still managed to get in and resulted in this tragedy. So for cruisers, this is just something to be aware of. You can be doing all of the right things, and something bad like this can still happen. So if you're out there, you're going to be in the water, you're going to swim, you're going to snorkel, you're going to dive, you're going to be out on boats, anything like that. Just do your best to keep your eyes open. As we used to say in the military, kind of keep your head on a swivel, be looking around, enjoy yourself, have a good time, film, make great memories, but just just do your best though to keep an eye out. Hopefully a little bit of extra vigilance in the future can maybe prevent one of these things. But like I said, when the passenger, according to all the reports, has done everything right, accidents can still happen. It's something to be aware of when you cruise. Our condolences and our prayers go out to this lady's family, because this is not something you ever want to see or hear about happening, at home, on vacation, or at any time. But like I said, it's a story we needed to share to hopefully maybe mitigate this happening again just a tiny little bit. Maybe just a tiny little bit would stop this in the future, and we don't have to tell a story like this again. All right, and that is going to be our cruise news for today. If you did enjoy today's video, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you haven't done so yet, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. It is free to do so. Helps our channel grow. Let you know anytime a new video comes out. I hope everyone out there is having a really great day, and like always, we will see you out on the high seas.